Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I'm using art paint. Some of you will have seen my my light bulb pour, my light bulb moment. I like to call it my light bulb moment. And I filled up this tin full of paint and didn't use it all. So I'm going to use it on this jar. It's a 3D. I've never poured on a jar before. Poured on vases, but not a jar. And what I'm doing here is what's called a travelling ring pour, and it's what I normally do on a vase, but I'm normally pouring from the bottom. Now my target with this is not to cover the entire thing. It's to make a pretty pattern. Which is exactly what I'm doing. It's very cool. And what I've just realized is I have not put a tin underneath it, which I had planned to do. See, look, I've got the tin here. So how can I pick this up without sticking my fingers? Oh, that way, there. Put that under there and then it can just drip off. Now, what is my target with this? You're saying you're not covering it, Michelle. I'm like, no, I like to be able to see what's in my jars, but I also would like to have something funky. And what I reckon is that once it's dried, I'll be able to cut through where the seal is with a sharp knife, and then it will look like it's got a wax seal on the top, and if you put the lid back on in the right place, it'll look like it's still sealed. So let me turn it around so you can see the other sides. It's still running. There's quite a lot of paint up on the top there. Eek! Is that starting to tilt? I think it is. If it's going to tilt, I want it to run this way because there's not actually a lot of paint on this side, but there's still a lot of paint on the top. So, do you think it's going to work? I hope so. I really like it. I'm going to use the rest of this paint in a pendant though. There's just enough, I think, for one more pendant out of that. What have I got left? So I've got this box of pendants with cabochons, but if you pour directly in them you can't really use the cabochons. I'm going to go for a silver square, I think. Now, let me get this in focus for you. Here we go. So I'm just going to pour kind of like a spiral pour. but a bit of a travelling. Let's hope we've actually got enough paint here to do this. Worst comes to worst, the little things underneath will come through. Let's just tilt that a little bit. And tilt it back. Just filling up the whole area with paint. Now they do dry thinner. When the paint dries, all the liquid comes out of it and you end up with a flat surface. Well, hopefully a flat surface. So we'll pop that down there. That looks very cool. I like that a lot. And now we need to torch it all. See how we've got some bubbles popping. Torch the pendant as well, get any bubbles out of there. Let me turn this around for you. Let me turn the whole thing around because I've got, no, just move the pendant, Michelle. Got some cells on this side. Oh, sorry. Got some cells on this side. And a few on the top. Can you actually see the top? So I'm quite excited about this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what it does when it dries. I'm hoping to have still some space. Because this is still running. I'm filling up that. But that's good because that's going to get rid of some of that on the top there. But it's pretty cool. I like it. What if you didn't have to cover every little square millimeter in paint? What else is possible? So there you go, guys. We've got a pendant and we've got a jar. Nope, you can't see the pendant in that shot. Now, what I want to show you with the pendants is the bail, the bit that the necklace goes through, hangs down below the pendant back. So you really do need to hang that over an edge so that it stays flat. The pendant base stays flat. See how I've got that hanging down, that hanging over the edge of the tile, and that way it will stay flat on the actual base and hopefully dry nice and even. Alright, so you guys get this really cool thing now where you get to see the result faster than me, because I've got to wait till it dries and you get to see it in 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! We're back! Yay! Alright, so this has dried very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. You can see through it. And yet it has got that sealed with wax kind of vague look around it. I haven't cut through that yet, so let's give that a go and see how that comes out. I'm just going to run the blade around carefully. Kids, ask your parents first. Don't know where I started. I think I'm right the way around now. So here we go. So it's actually a little bit of paint has seeped in under that seal. So I'm just going to go around and clean that up. With the tissue. Hey guys, if you're going to use tissues in your workshop, make sure you use just plain ones. For in the house, like for actually blowing our noses, we use the slightly more expensive ones that have got aloe vera and stuff on them. One day I was using one of those and I had the epiphany, oh my goodness, I don't need to spend that much on tissue that is going to wipe up paint, but also I had the awareness that whatever is in the tissue could actually affect your end result. So if you're trying to clean up your painting ready for sealing, and then you go around and wipe it with a cloth that's got something in it that's, you know, oil based, or I don't know what they use on those things. So you just be aware, just be, you know, keep asking questions. Is it, if I use this, what will that create? And if it's heavy, don't use it. You know, what if the target was what if the target of life was to follow the light? Follow what's light for you, what feels happy and joyful, and then guess what sort of life you're going to end up having? A happy and joyful light life rather than a heavy, contracted, crappy life. So then the next thing, I suppose, is to try and work out where this came from. Does that kind of line up-ish? Yep, there we go. I think that one will be my identifier because it's quite a big thing. But it goes back on, it looks cool, and I think I'm just going to give it a spray of just my normal spray-on sealer. And I wouldn't recommend using this style for if you're going to be putting food or something in it, like to be washed. But you could definitely use the Pabo porcelain 150. If you didn't catch my video yesterday on that, I was super excited. It worked so well on the mugs. So I'm just cleaning the bottom up so it looks even all the way around. And obviously you want to get a jar. If you're going to do that, you want to use a jar that you can take the seal out of. I know I've done that on these before. These are Makona jars, and you can just you can pry out the seal, and I'd take that out before I cooked it. Otherwise you're going to have a melted mess. So take that out, pour it, bake it, good to go. That would be funky as. If you do it, show me a picture. Share it in acrylic pouring for fun. Imagine a row of these in your pantry with your food stuffs. I mean, really? How cool would that be? Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. I adore you. This one is definitely going up on the acrylic pouring for fun event for this month, which is the challenge is to pour on something 3D that you've never poured on before. So if you've poured rocks but not jars, then go for a jar. If you've poured jars but not rocks, go for a rock. So this will definitely be going up on there. What I also wanted to show you was how this pendant came out. It's dried very flat, which is awesome. So I'd be able to put a glass cabochon over top of that, and we're good to go. Whereas some of them, this is one that dried from the pig, they dry with these lumps, and it's weird, and I don't know why. And oh, this one's not even dry yet. That's even more weird. I don't know why they dry like that, but if they dry like that, you're going to have to cover them in resin rather than a glass cabochon, because it's just not going to sit down flat. Talking of the pig, for those of you that came live with me at the beginning of the week, thank you, or last week, that was so much fun. I so enjoyed having you all there. So there's my runoff. It's still not dry either. Now that the sun's come out, first time in a week, I'm going to put that in the sun to dry. That will be some cool pendants. But our little piggy has dried super cool. Oh, I like him. So I'm going to put some little eyes on the front. Just put his little eyes back on, and little eyelashes. Maybe even a couple of dots of black on the nose. But that'll be it. But look at this. He's cute bum. Aww. Cutie. So I'm very excited about the cells I'm getting on these 3D things. I'm getting better cells on these 3D things than I've got in a while, which is kind of cool. So let's just take that off there. And so the tape did a great job of not allowing the paint not to fall in. But now you've got to be able to make a hole for the money to get back in again. Got to receive money. Are you willing to receive money? If not, would you let go of all the points of view that you're stopping you from having money? That's if you'd like money, of course. Some people don't want it. They don't choose to have it. But if you're choosing to have money, but you've got points of view stopping you from having it, let it go, let it go. I like my little piggy. Should I put his eyes on for you? Let me do that. Where's visualize that a little bit more. Oh my god, he's so cute. And then one last little touch that needs to be done. Just like that. Pop those little eyes out. Hello. Alright, and I'm sure many of you would do it slightly different. And that's the cool thing about art. We all do our own thing and we all do it our way. Anyway, there's my piggy and my jar. How does it get any better than that? I adore you. Come join me on acrylic pouring for fun and share all your stuff and ask questions, give each other hints and tips. And what else is possible, guys? How much fun can we have if we're truly not buying into other people's judgments? What else is possible? I adore you. Bye-bye.